Sheena, are we supposed to stop? Sheena, you're muted. We gotta go back and do it again. You gotta unmute the mic.
So what's going on?
We gotta start. Sheena!
But I don't know why my phone... Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, man. Wait, what happened? You just
Anyways.
yourself out of the stream.
Oh, anyways. I think we're live. Okay. My phone is fucking up. I don't know what's going on. Hot ass mess. Okay, Inja, hey.
Hey, we tried.
We can still do it, okay? Like, we're just gonna come in like this.
Okay. We can't edit this part out or anything, though.
No, we're live, fool.
Can we crop it? Is that a thing? Can you?
I don't know.
Like when you go to
I'm dead.
Post it for real, like can you crop it?
You know what? This is just us. We need to just deal with it, okay? So hopefully nobody watches.
We need to check to see if our guests are even still there. Like,
no, okay, so yes. Hey, welcome back, okay? And this is Melanin Manga, hot ass mess, okay? This is Inja, and I'm Sheena, and we started a book club. I don't know, so
because we thought we could handle it.
And I made a really cute little intro for it, so here we go, right? And I don't know if it's gonna play it.
I love it. What are you doing? You know you had already shown them the intro though, don't you? You're muted, Sheena.
I'm dead. Muted. Okay. See, my phone is messing up. That's what the thing is. So anyway, take it away, Inja. I'm gonna be quiet now.
Okay. So on this episode of our show, we are gonna be talking about I want to eat your pancreas. Yay! Okay. So we have two special guests to join us. One of them you have already been introduced to. Am I allowed to bring her in, Sheena?
Yeah, she's our wrench. She's the queen. She's the coolest person I know, besides Inja.
Welcome, Brandy.
Hey, girls. Hey.
Do we do it right?
Like straight jam into that intro.
I know.
Oh my god.
I was bobbing your head down there.
I was like, okay.
In it.
I was like, please don't.
I was like, this is wait. This is so embarrassing. Like, well, I'm gonna just blame it on my Clark County education, so that's why it didn't work. So.
That was awesome. I love that.
Thanks, guys. Now, okay, this is Brandy. Tell us about yourself, Brandy. Tell everybody that may not know you about yourself.
I am Brandy. I have an Instagram called Indie Girl Comics where I show off cool independent comics as well as manga and figures and such and other nerdy such things. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm sometimes on Threads, not as much as I was at the beginning, but yeah, sometimes I just can't do all the social.
For real. I was like, damn, there's another thing. No, thank you. Like, oh my goodness, that's a lot. But yes, definitely she is worth checking out. And we have one more special guest. This will be her first time, maybe her last, because she probably don't want to deal with our asses. Watch when she comes out, she's fucking legit, okay? So Give it up for Jen.
Whoop, whoop.
Hi.
I'm crying.
I know there's a lot going on in the
I
back.
know.
We love it. I love it.
Nice to see. Okay, tell everybody about yourself.
I'm Jen.
Mhm.
My IG name on IG is Nerdy Ninked. And
Yes.
I'm also, as you can see, I collect a lot of different things. So it varies from mangas to comics to figures to, as you can see, the plushies behind me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Gorgeous.
love
bit of
your
everything.
Digimon back there too.
It took me a while to find those, especially in the condition they're in. I had them when I was actually younger, but
Mhm.
my mom gave them away to a lot. A lot of my
Aw.
stuff was actually given away.
Aw.
So yeah, you know, all my stuff usually went to like the flea market, like not the flea market, thrift stores or Salvation Army.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm glad that you're getting it back, babe. Glad you're getting it
Yeah.
back. And she does. You do a show with yourself. You
Oh
have
yeah,
your
that's
own
right.
show?
How can I forget? Yes, I also have a YouTube channel with my husband called Retro and Nerdy.
Mhm.
We do a lot of we go to a lot of shows, flea markets sometimes, thrift stores. So yeah, we're trying to do a lot of more shows, trying to branch
Nice.
out.
Yeah, definitely. We'll plug all that in, and they're worth watching. And then sometimes Brandy does. She was doing shows with Tessa the Nerd and all the other women out there. So
We
on
gotta
their
get that
little,
going again. We gotta get that going.
yeah, you do. So I can sit in the chat and be thirsty as fuck. Okay.
Right?
So
Alex is away right now.
what
I
I
think
do
she's in
best.
the car.
But yeah, okay, Andrea.
Oh yeah. So I guess we need to say hello to the people who are still here that didn't leave.
Right.
So we have Freaky Louie. Hello, hello. Please pass the pancreas. Be
Oh.
sure to do that.
Here you go.
And we also have Omni Nerd. Oh my god, it's been a
Hi.
while. And we have DJ Links and what's up, what's up, what's up? Hello, thank you for joining.
I have the funniest story about this. So when the awards came up, I had, messaged DJ Links, just like under his little post, and I said, congrats. And then he said, "Oh, thanks, brother." I said, "Oh, okay." I know I have a mustache, but damn. No, anyways, hi.
Oh my god.
Who else, my love?
We have Retro and Nerdy.
Hi. Is that your husband?
Yes,
Or is that you? Okay.
Aw.
he
I was
actually
like,
helped me
um,
set everything up because I couldn't do it.
Aww.
oh, I love
That's
your
awesome.
little thing.
That's true
I
love
love
right
your
there.
love.
He said you can once stream. Oh, yes. So we can edit it, Sheena, once the stream's over.
No, we're not editing it.
No.
And
No, you
we
did not say you can edit this. Well, I'll help you.
we have the Connor Sewers. He made it. Thank you for coming. If you left, we don't blame you.
That part.
We have JP. Woo, look at y'all messing up. That is nothing new. Oh,
Right.
that is nothing. I thought you said that is nothing new. If I could read. But raw editing, so it's all real here. Oh. Santa Maria, that wall is glorious. And he's loving the Digimon too. I know, isn't it? Like I'm gonna be like this, staring at it the whole time.
I know. Trying to see.
For real, go watch her videos. I'm like, or even go on her IG, like her. She did this post on. No, she did a video on how she showed off her Sailor Moons that she had bought. I was like, damn, that's fucking wild. Like, it's just her collection is dope.
Yeah, it's growing a lot more.
Yours
the
is
more
too.
that
I have no rhyme or reason with mine. It's like I just be buying. I just be
Well,
buying dumb shit.
that's what is happening back here too. Like I'm just picking anything up, and I'm like, I have to tell myself, like, no.
You don't have to tell
Don't hang
yourself.
out with me and Brandy because I'd be like, Brandy, you need to get this, homie. Like,
Like, oh, put it in my cart. God damn it.
right? I'd be like, Brandy, we need this. What are you doing?
No,
All right, keep going, Ninja. I'm sorry.
live your
Anybody
best
else?
life. Oh, I was just telling her to live her best life.
Right.
Keep
No
going for
first.
it.
I
Okay.
know.
And that's it, babe?
Huh? Oh,
That's all
yeah.
the people?
So,
Yeah.
oh, and he liked the intro.
Oh, thanks, man.
It was so nice she had to do it twice.
Twice. Oh my God. Silly. Oh my God.
It was
I'm
like,
okay with that, man.
she was like, and I made this new intro right after you, right after. and then you pop it up. I was like, dang, she's really proud of me.
Yeah, they're like, okay.
Yeah. It's amazing. I just didn't think that you realized you already showed it. We loved it.
Oh, right.
I feel like we need
No more button pressing for me. Absolutely not. I should have learned when I was on there with Q. Like, do not press any more buttons. All right.
So that's everybody for now. Oh wait,
For now.
wait till they see your storage unit video. Ooh,
Ooh.
what do you have in the storage unit?
Right.
Believe it or not, like 80% of the storage is mine.
No, I believe it. Like,
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of Funkos. There's a lot of figures. There's a lot of plushies.
Yeah. Is it climate controlled?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Only like the expensive things are here.
Yeah.
Most of them. We also have like the most expensive comics that we have here. Just because, we get nervous just having it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait. Okay. And just take it away.
So, because I knew you were about to say that, I was like mentally preparing myself. So Sheena had this really cool icebreaker idea for us to do before we get started on our what do you call it? Review.
Yeah.
Talk on I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. And so her idea for our icebreaker was to name a couple of manga that had weird names like I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. So we're gonna let Sheena go first, put her on the spot for once.
Which one do you think I'm gonna go with?
Insight Island. I love it.
I knew it.
So that's mine. We're gonna. So that's mine. That's my contribute. When I first heard that, I was like, "What? And where did they get this from? What is this?" Like, and it does not.
Mean, it's exactly what it is, right?
What it says, yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
not lying.
Yeah. Hello, Bataholic.
Hello. Welcome. All right, who's next?
Brandy. Let's go with Brandy.
Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like I don't have anything that really beats that. Manga-wise, I guess the weirdest one in my collection is Toilet Bound Hanako-kun.
Yeah.
I
feel like that title turns a lot of people off. So like,
right, they're all like.
But it's really good. If you haven't read it, you should.
What is going on?
Yeah. Just about a dude with really bad IBS.
Oh, really? I need to read that.
No.
Oh, it's not okay.
No, it really has not a lot to do with toilets, I promise you. And then I guess I'll rep my indie comics with Something is Killing the Children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Weird title, awesome story.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first heard that, I was like, what is this? And where do I read it at? Because fuck people.
So good.
But yes, okay.
Your turn.
Me?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
To be honest with you, I do not have a lot of weird named mangas
Okay.
or comics, to be honest. I think the weirdest was probably the manga we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, the only books that I have are the ones that are like back here, which is like Nana, Naruto, and
Mm-hmm.
a few other Sailor Moon books. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of funny named things.
No, that's okay. Have you ever heard any like besides I Want to Eat Your Pancreas or the
Mhm.
one that I mentioned or
Yeah, I think that's it. I don't have a lot of weird named like different named mangas.
yeah, now you do. You have
Oh yeah.
Charlie.
what about Charlie wants to help too.
Yeah. Charlie, what manga do you? Okay, so I completely misunderstood the assignment, and I thought she meant like I didn't know it had to be in your collection.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, in general you could do too. Like if you just heard
That's
manga,
probably easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us
So
some good ones.
the one that I found that I thought was really out there, which goes
huh?
along with Christina, is crap. I just lost it. Butt Attack Punisher Girl got him on.
Nice.
Wow. Wow. Okay. What? Say that again.
Butt Attack Punisher Girl.
Okay. Got it.
It was the
Pretty good.
awkward silence for me after. I was like, they're just gonna leave me hanging out here. Nobody's gonna say anything, right?
What? How do you follow that one up? You can't.
Oh, mine's gonna look tame compared to yours. That one's grade A.
Sheena, I thought your camera had frozen for a minute because you had this. Your facial expression never changed. You're just,
I got 3 faces, girl. I got 3 faces. Okay. Any more?
huh?
I went to the store yesterday and I saw Booty Right. I said, why do I need this? I didn't get it, but I said, let me take a
You
picture.
saw what?
Booty Royale.
I've
Royale.
heard of that one. I've heard of that one.
Have you heard of that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen
Or
it
the-
in stores, but I'm like, but I've never picked it up.
Sounds promising.
Yeah. I mean the butt attack. What was it? Butt attack. I might have to look that one up.
Right.
Butt Attack Punisher Girl.
I'm gonna put that on my wish list.
No. No. Good job, y'all. Do you have any more?
No, I don't think I can top that one. I think.
Okay.
I think that was it. What
Good
about
job.
you? Another one?
My CLZ app said,
Oh,
that does not exist.
Oh
that
my
may be
goodness.
one of those crap. What do you call it? Like the spy filter or the incognito. That may have to be an incognito.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, let me put that on real quick. I don't want my FBI agent to know I'm looking for butt attack girl.
Butt Attack Punisher Girl.
Wait,
Gotta get that
Punisher
Punisher
girl.
in there.
Punisher girl.
Jen, please come back.
She's gone.
Right. Like, she's already texting her husband, like, yeah, this is this.
It was a mistake. Please come up with an excuse.
We gotta go.
No, that definitely sounds interesting,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Okay. Now we're gonna all have to.
Call me in 5 minutes saying that our house is on fire.
No, you're good.
Nothing extreme.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's get. Oh my God, we are a mess. All right,
All right.
Angela. Good
So
job.
I guess I guess since we got all of that out of the way, on to why everybody came. The people
Yeah.
who are still here. We started.
Oh my
we
god.
had like 7 comments. I think we're probably down to 2 viewers now, Sheena.
Hey, it's better than nothing, okay? Even
Yeah,
then.
true. That's true.
If
Okay,
you're a real one, you're still here.
Right.
my Sheena
Hmm.
came up with these beautiful, beautiful panels and slides for our topic today. I want to eat your pancreas. Why was I going to say it like that? Pancreas.
So fun.
So the story is by Yoru Sumino, and the art is by Idumi Kirihara. I hope I didn't butcher that. I'm so sorry if I did. So this is our book club edition. And so this is like our intro into the book. So we see, and right, you posted it from right to left, didn't you, Sheena?
Yeah, just like manga.
Okay, so just like how we'll read a manga is the way she set the panels up. So we see him sitting there. He's just woken up.
This
And
isn't
then
the first. I don't think so.
is it
Nope,
not? Oh
not.
no, it's not. I lied. Sorry, it got out of. Just kidding. So these are the chapters that we're going to go over for the series. Hold on, I've got to hide that comment really quick so it won't block it. There we go. So it's 6 chapters long. The first chapter we're going to go over is called Introverted Classmate. And we'll start with the prologue. That was probably the first one. Okay, so he's talking about how he didn't go to his classmate Sakura's wake or her funeral. How he just stayed in his room reading the book that he had borrowed from her. So, did you want to talk about this one, Sheena, or did you want to go on? Girl, if you don't stop muting yourself. You are muted, and I can't unmute you because it says you chose to be muted.
Oh,
Make it make sense, Sheena.
She said, I'm eating myself out of the chat.
I know. Oh, it says your mic's not connected. Okay. So while Mashina is trying to decide, I think she said move it along. Okay. So then we come to the next one where he's saying it was only 1 sentence long. I want to eat your pancreas. And so the story of this book, and then when you see that, sounds really weird. Like how would somebody come up with wanting to eat someone's pancreas? And it's kind of like, or like, is this a book about cannibalism or is there some weird like religious thing behind eating a pancreas? Like, what's going on? So, it starts in chapter 1, and then we get to see like how their everyday life is in school. So it talks about how everybody loves this girl, and the only connection that they have between each other is that they're classmates. They don't have anything in common. She is very outgoing. People flock to her. They love her. And on his end, he has zero interest in anybody, and the same goes for them. Like, he's not one of those people that, we don't have her, but she'll come back. So it's okay. He's not one of those people that someone would go and seek out on their own to, I guess, want to be friends with. So he's more of a loner. Did you all want to? Is there anything you all wanted to talk about with that one, or you want me to keep going?
I mean, I really liked the prologue, especially now having read up to chapter 6. Because I get, it tells you right in the beginning, like, this character's gonna die. So you know, like, right up front.
Yes.
But I love how it, like, even though you know, it just does not feel that way through all 6 chapters. Like, you're like, she's not gonna die. Like,
yeah.
And that, I think obviously that's intentional from the writer's perspective probably, but it's crazy how you forget. Like you kind of are in denial yourself that she inevitably is going to die. So I thought that was really interesting. Now that we're looking back at it, I'm like, wow, yeah, they really just tell you. Right
Yeah. Was there anything that you thought about it, Jen? That
to be honest with you, I kind of related to him a lot, just because of the fact that, and for example, when I was in school, I was the one that was kind of sitting off to the side, not really able to talk to people that much. So, like, the book got me very interested. But it's a very sweet story. Yeah, it's really cute. It's just as you read on and you start to, go into the book, it starts to get a little bit more interesting.
Yes. So I welcome back, Machina. Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
My phone is tripping. My bad. Anyway.
Brandy, to piggyback off of what you said, and then Jen, I'll piggyback off of something you said also. But I'll start with Brandy. I thought the same thing. Like, it's crazy to think that they just put it out there, like what's going to happen at the ending, and then you do feel like it's like an April Fool's thing or something. Like she's really not, because the book is just so full of life and like how to live life and how to make the most out of your experiences and like the time you have left. So like they're doing all these things and it doesn't feel like any of that would come to an end, or that they would have the type of ending that they had. But I think when I was reading through it, I was like, dude, they're so going to end the story before it's time for her to die. Like, it's going to end up ending on like a happy note, but then like like later on down the line, like she doesn't make it. But I didn't think that they would do what they did. And I also really I like the way they went about it. I like how they tell you in a certain part what's going to end up happening, but they're not like they're in your face about it, but they're not in your face about it. So I like that part too. It reminds me of I can't think of the name of the short story, but there's like a short story we had to read for school one year, and the same exact thing happens. Like they go on a trip to Florida, and it tells you in the beginning what's going to happen. Like it foreshadows, but then like you don't really think much about it, and then like at the ending of that story, it's like like that little piece that you really should have paid attention to that you didn't.
Right.
And then Jen, like what you were saying, I related to him a lot too, because I was the same way when I was younger and throughout school, and I was bullied a lot when I was younger too. So like reading his part, it stressed me out, but then like it made me happy to like feel represented in a way, but then it like pissed me off, like the way he couldn't just get it together to like make himself go out there, like, and I think that was like me being hard on myself, like why how like if you're, I guess I wanted to live vicariously through him, and like, why can't you do this, or why didn't you go about it this way, like stop being such a weenie. And
that's true.
But yeah, so I definitely related to him a lot too. But and it opened my eyes to like the things that she said, how she like there's a part in there where she's like, well, some of it could be your fault too, where you're not being interested in other people and making more of an effort, or when you're provided with those opportunities to do that. So yeah, so I completely.
What part are we on? I met. I came back in.
Okay, so Sheena, is there anything that you wanted to say, like how you felt about the book overall? Without
overall,
yeah.
I thought it was like it said, bittersweet. I thought it was real at times, and like as we go on and like really you know, look through this story, you're gonna see that life doesn't always go the way that you want it to, you know, and life is very unfair at times, but you could find, you know, the beauty in things, you know, and it just makes you like remember to live into that moment, you know, live in this moment. So, and yeah, that's what I got from it.
That's
But
cute.
and I'm gonna love hearing your guys's because and just already read it a couple of times. I've already read it. You know, this is your guys' first time, right? Your lady's
Mhm.
first
Yeah.
time reading it. So
hmm
I actually watched the anime of it too,
Mhm.
and it was beautiful. So
You know,
either
I
way, I feel
tried.
like, huh?
I couldn't find
Pride.
it.
Yeah, it was really hard to find when I did find her.
Yeah.
I think somebody in the chat knows how to find it. I'm
I feel
too
like
sure.
Juan does. Was it
Yeah,
Juan?
yeah.
Maybe?
So
Oh,
we'll definitely get that to you. But yeah. So
Okay.
what did you say yours? Everybody else said theirs, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we did the introduction, right? So we already know that she's gone, and it's in his point of view, correct?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So all right.
Okay, and so this is our next one. They are doing like what do you call it? Like school jobs or whatever together in the library.
Hmm.
And so they're in the library together. This is like their first like official alone meeting, I guess.
Yeah.
Comes out with I want to eat your pancreas. Like
She's so
yeah, she's so straightforward and just
yeah.
yeah. And I
If you
feel like
listen, girl, if you don't listen.
she has one of those personalities where she like loves to make people feel uncomfortable and caught off guard.
Uh-huh.
And
Thank
then
you.
so then she goes on to explain that she saw a show and how back in ancient times, if there was an internal organ that was diseased, the sick person would eat the matching part from an animal. And he's like, what? Like, can you imagine like, this being like your your first conversation with somebody? Like, just come out with.
And they're standing behind you too. Like, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, you can see he's mentally checked out of this conversation.
And so then she's like if something was wrong with her liver, they'd eat a liver. If something was wrong with the stomach, they'd eat the stomach. And that's what the show said. And people used to believe that it'd make them better. And so I can't see. Let's see. So that's the story of my life, and it's never gonna change.
Right.
And then
The next panel should be.
oh, I gotta get that comment off. I'm sorry.
It's okay, bro. Yeah, so this was her busting through the door, and it just shows how she is compared to him, you know, like she's just all over the place, girl.
Yeah.
And he said too, wasn't this the first time that she referred to him as something? The name?
Yeah, so I think it is an introverted classmate coon. Is that what she calls
Yeah.
him?
Classmate who knows my secret, right? Yeah.
Now, I haven't read the whole thing, so I don't know if this changes, but that irritated me so much. Like, just say his name. What is this? I'm like, do we ever, like, you never see his name in the first 6 chapters.
Right.
Yeah.
She always does it. Yeah. And as we go along, you're going to see that it always changes.
Yes.
Like, it depends on what mood she's in.
Yeah. And it's like, it shows a progression of their relationship.
Yeah, but everybody else does it too. I'm like, what is happening?
So there's a part in the book where it makes you wonder if that's what she's really saying or if that's how he perceives
he's portraying it. Yeah. Okay. Because it's in his point of view, right? So that makes sense.
And so I don't want to say it without like because we're not there yet. But
I've only read the first 6 chapters.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. So what he does say is that, isn't that interesting? And he goes, anyone who finds their classmate with a terminal illness, they would find their any classmate that has a terminal illness, they would find interesting. So that's when we find out that he's so blunt with her too. Like he's just like, yeah, anybody can find you interesting because you're fucking dying. Like
Yeah.
so, and then that's when we find out that she's sick, you know.
Wait, did I? Sorry, I think somehow
No, you're fine.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine, babe. Let me try to help you.
Is it this one?
No.
This one.
Let me see. It should be her at the hospital. Like him at the hospital. He finds so this is like the next thing that would have happened was that he has like a memory and he's in the hospital himself and he just had his what did he have removed?
An
Appendix, I think.
His appendix removed.
And so I guess at this point, this is where he finds that book, right, laying there.
Mm-hmm.
And he opens it up and starts reading. And she comes and she finds that he's like seen it.
Let me see.
I think I don't know how I got these mixed up. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, babe.
There you go.
I promise I'm gonna get better at this. So yeah, so she finds him looking at her book. And
there you go. Yep, there you go.
And then I think, is it this one next? Where he's like asking if she's joking because she tells him she's got a terminal illness. And she still and at this point she refers to him as introverted classmate Coon. She's like, what are you doing here?
And then she's like, yeah, that's my book and I am dying and that I have and then she's just sitting there talking to him. He's like, why is she telling me all this? Why?
Yeah. And he's like, it's got to be a joke, right? Like,
right.
I guess he didn't expect to be hit with something so heavy.
Right. And then look at her. Because, like, one moment she's like, hi. And then the next minute there's, like, this real emotion. Like, it hits her. And she lets her guard down and shows that, like, she's really going through something. Like, this shit is real. You know? So as she's barreled over like that. And
so was there anything you all want to mention about this part or anything you thought about this part or something that stood out to you or something that you noticed just about her personality or his personality or how you felt when it got to that part?
I mean, I guess like she picked the right one randomly, right? Like she's like, hey, by the way, I'm dying and don't tell anyone in class about it.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I guess.
Like I don't like people anyway.
Yeah. She's just like, well,
he talks to anyone in the classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just worked out perfectly, just like Brandy said. Yeah. So he's like, that's cool because I don't even want to talk to nobody. So, but I don't want to talk to you either. Like, that's why he's always like looking at her, like, why is she talking to me? And then she's just like, okay, bye. I'll see you later. Like, and then that's when they end up really getting that little job together in the library, right?
Yeah. And she also picked the right one because, like, I mean, like she said, she wanted somebody to talk to about it, but also still treat her normal. Like, not make everything about her dying all the time.
Yes.
Pitying her and so she picked the right one for sure.
I like that too. He's so blunt. Like he's so socially awkward.
I mean, she is in a way too. Like she'll just say she's so out of pocket with stuff. She's like, I'm dying. Isn't that funny? And just laugh. And I'm like, girl.
Yeah.
It always made me wonder if she like masked at all. like with her other friends versus like how she acts around him, because like around him it seems like she is like that's who she is, you know, to a T, like that's her true self. But then it kind of makes you think like
what she shows in front of everybody else, like her best
yeah,
friend and people
yeah,
around school and stuff like that. But maybe this is her, how he saw her, you know, and how she acted around him. Absolutely. I like that. I like to think that. And then he asked her too, he's like, why aren't you doing things that, you know that you're gonna die? Like, why aren't you doing like better things than like hanging out in the library or like trying to talk to me and stuff like that? And
Mhm.
she replies like, well, why aren't you doing those things? Like, I just want to be normal, like, and with the time that I do have. So, and she said, even
Makes-
though you can randomly die tomorrow, same
Yeah.
as me.
She made a
So,
good
in that
point.
sense, there's no difference between us. I think I had a panel for that.
um
Is that
okay. Dude, I messed these all up. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, babe. I think it's this one right here. The one where it's like black and white with the writing over it. It's at the
Okay,
very bottom. You see it?
yeah. There's no differences between us in that sense. We are the same, even though you can randomly die tomorrow, same as me.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really like about her too, is that she does not, because there's like some points where he's kind of like, woe is me. And you would think that she would be more of the woe is me person, because she's living with a terminal illness, and she calls him out for that. Like, she shows him no slack, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right.
And I like that. She's like his accountability person.
Yeah.
So I like how they grow together, how they're teaching each other and learning together.
Right.
And so they end up going, she talks him into going out, even though he doesn't really being around people or hanging out. She kind of brings him out of his comfort zone and out of that shell, and they go to eat.
Oh, this is chapter 2, right?
Yes.
So we're going into chapter 2. Did I
Yes.
have a panel for that? The beginning of that? My bad.
No, I don't see one.
Total opposites? It says total opposites on it.
Just kidding. Somehow it got moved. Okay. So is this one the beginning?
No, it's another one that says total opposites. Like she's walking towards him.
Okay. I don't know on how. Is it this one?
No. I don't know how my panels got out of.
I don't either.
I'm sorry.
I promise they were in order.
Right.
They really were. Yeah, it's like moving on its own now. Hold on. So, no, that would be at the end, I would think.
She's got like her hand up and she's waving to him. He's just like standing there.
No, that's not the restaurant. Dude, so I only see one that says total opposites.
That's okay. Okay, so the name of this chapter is total opposites. So I guess you're gonna see how they are like in their day to day, interacting with each other. So yeah, they do go to dinner. I mean, they do go eat together. That was right. That panel was right. So they do go eat.
And so he's starting, like you see on this part, he's starting to show an interest, even though he wasn't interested in people, which is a big change for him. So like he's asking little things like if she has any restrictions, and stuff like that.
I thought I had one for that one too.
And then he's wanting to know like what what her plans are for the future. And then like she's like, I don't have much future to work with. I love too how she like makes these sick, kind of off the wall sick jokes. Like that would make people feel uncomfortable. Like she'd never be able to joke around like that with with people that normally flock around her, but with him she can just be her like quirky self. And he's like, no, I meant what are you what are you doing today after this? Can you not make jokes like that?
Yeah.
And then he's like, don't you think it's upsetting for me? And she was like, well, it's not like I can do it with anyone else. Most people would see it as awkward.
Mm-hmm.
She tells him how amazing he is because he knows that she's going to die and he's still having a normal conversation.
Right. And then he says to her, he's like, I think this is the panel for it.
Is it this one or the one you're on before?
Where he's asking, are you really going to die? He looks at her and he says, are you really going to, he's thinking, he's like, are you really going to die soon?
Oh, I did see that one. Oh, this one. Yes, I'm going to die.
Yeah, it's pink and black. Yeah.
And so this is the one where they're still eating, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, what about your friends? Like, don't you want your friends around? And don't you want to like do that with them instead? Like, why are you hanging out with me? And then she tells him like, this is way easier and I appreciate you. And will you just be with me? Will you be my, what does she call him? It's like a pity party, like a pity hangout. And he's like, I guess, like, that's fine.
Again, if I have to. And she also changes his name at this point too. Now she's referring to him as close classmate Coon. So it started with classmate who knows my secret Coon. Then it was introverted classmate Coon, and now it's close classmate Coon. So that it shows like a progression in their relationship with one another. So is there anything about chapter 2 that you all wanted to talk about, or things that stood out to you, or something that you liked? Or
her classmates are just all up in her fucking business. Like, this girl comes over, she's like, what are you guys doing? Like, mind your business. Like, who are you? So jealous.
Where's that panel at, Enja? I think I had one for that one too, so they could see how like they were surrounding him and shit.
Yes.
And
well, she's out there eating, and this girl's like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "Girl, chill."
Is that the one with?
Oh wait, I think that's next.
Is it this?
I don't think it's until later. Is it in chapter 2 where her best friend shows up?
On it before the last one.
Yeah, that's her best friend, right? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
This one,
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So Rika, yeah.
And so I love her friend refers to him as depressing looking classmate. But this is the part that makes me wonder if this is what people are really saying, or if this is what he feels.
His point of view
about him.
What he thinks. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. All right. I can appreciate it a little more now, Enja. It doesn't irritate me as badly now that you say that.
Instead of calling him by his name.
I like how she looks at him. Like, then if that's his point of view, like she's just like the way she's like death stares at him and everything. But if you look at it too, she's not telling her best friend anything. She shows up with this dude. She's like hella like suspect. Well, like she's not even telling him. Like, I know right before then, I think I had like panels of that one where they're sitting in the classroom and everybody's like, who is this dude? Who is this dude?
Yeah.
And she's just like really vague
Mhm.
about it. She's like, oh, we're close. Oh yeah, this. She's like, oh yeah, we're close. It's cool. No, that's not the one. It just sorry.
Oh, this one.
Oh
Where she
yeah.
busts
We're
into
close.
the door, and she's all like, oh, we're close. We're cool.
Yeah.
He's like, no, we're not. He
Yeah.
tells her straight up. He's like, no, we ain't. No,
Yeah.
no, no. She's tripping. Right there. And look at her face. She's all like, no, we are.
She's all happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love how quirky she is and how blunt. I just love his bluntness. Like
So,
he doesn't care to just set her out. Like we were never anything. It's all in her head.
Yeah. And she shows up later than him. And everybody's like, who is this dude? Why is she talking to him? But yeah, her best friend is like, okay, like what is going on? She already feels like something's already up with her. But before then, before he goes to school, he was kind of like, okay, this isn't so bad. Like I did have fun today. I did have fun hanging out with her, I guess. And then he goes to school and he's like, never mind. Like this girl is making
he's
my
like,
life
that
hell.
was not worth it. That was
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
worth
And everybody's
this.
looking at him. He's like, nah.
Yeah. She's like turned his life completely upside down. Like he doesn't
Right.
have that normal, predictable, kind of safe routine anymore. It's that she has thrown him into the unknown.
Right.
And so, like he's having to deal with reactions from people and feelings from people and having to go through that uncomfortableness of like, oh, how does it make me feel that I could be rejected for like being her friend? Like people won't think that I'm good enough for.
Yeah.
And I did really like at the end of this chapter, she, like, you can tell how much she already cares about him because she's telling him, you got to interact with people. Because
Right.
obviously she knows she's not going to be around forever.
Yes.
So she wants people, she wants him to be able to continue to have those interactions and those relationships and bonds without her.
Yes. So, Jen, I want to ask you too, especially since like what you had said at the beginning about like how you felt about the book and how you felt like you could relate to him. Like, how did this chapter especially make you feel? Like the way with the progression of it and when it got to that point of like the classmates knowing that that he had some sort of connection with her.
It was nice to see. Sometimes he does irritate me with the things that he says a little bit. So there were times where I could relate to him, but then a lot of times where he would just annoy me with some of the things that he says. So, but it definitely her view and like the way that she treats him is, it kind of makes you see that it does help if you interact with people or sometimes certain people come into your life unexpectedly. You just, I like that. I like the chapter. It was really, and again, as the book goes on, you start to really see the relationship kind of develop and, they start to become a little close.
Yeah. Oh, to back it up too, I don't know if it's in here. I believe it is. Is it this one? I can't see it. It's too little. Where he's at the dinner table with his mom, and he woke up the next day. It's the next day. He woke up, and he's sitting at the dinner table with his mom. Do you see that one, Inja?
Let's see. I know I saw it just a second ago. Hold on. Oh no. I just clicked through all of them. I'm sorry. No. Wait, is it in this chapter?
Yeah.
Oh, later that day. No, it's not later that day. Almost
The next
later.
day. I think it says the next day on the
Okay.
top.
Oh, not what about your friends? Okay, we're gonna get this. It's gonna happen. I feel like we need like an interlude or like
Put that banging guitar music back on.
some fun sort of music.
I'll just
Right
sing
there.
for you guys. It's
There
fine.
Here we go. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Found it.
Did you find it, baby?
Yeah, this is like a Where's Waldo?
Okay, so he's talking, right? Is the
Yeah.
panel up there where he's talking about talking to his mom?
Yes.
So he's talking to his mom. He's sitting down at breakfast right before he has to go to school and deal with all that stuff. That there was a woman. They're watching the news. She's got the news on, and she's like, the news is saying how a woman was found dead, right? And the police, if they believe it was like a random attack and everything, and she's just like, this is scary, And then,
and how she also talks about how it's right beside them.
Right beside them, right? He's just like, that does suck, Like that's, even though life is going on, he's got things and there's real things going on around them too. So I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. And that's an important part.
So, and then they end up going out to eat again after he even, that's when they ran into the girl and everything, and to the friend. And then she felt like asking him questions and everything. And he's like, why do you even care? Like, why is it so important? And she was like, because do you have a girlfriend? Are you interested? Or like, like just trying to have a conversation with him. He's just like shutting it down. And she gets aggravated with him, like for once.
Yeah, and she talks about how they met too, like how long they've known each other and how they've met, how they met.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he said, I mean, I don't have friends. And that's for girlfriend. Obviously, I never had one. And he was just like, I don't really feel like I'm missing out. And then I know I made a panel for this one, but if she'll eat, where he talks about, he talks about how he'd rather, I think it's this one. Can you see him laying on the bed?
Yes.
Okay. He talks about how he'd rather not have friends, and he'd just rather be in the fictional world than reality. Yeah. Either way. I was like, yes, brother, I feel you on that one. That part.
But so that part I actually like too, because he's like, like he says maybe friends would have been fun to have. So like can see that he's starting to change since like she's come into his world. Like things are starting to be different for him. Like he's actually like thought about something like that when before he never would have. Like he would have had no interest in it. And now it's like, well, I don't know. Like it would have been fun to have friends, but
yeah. And then he just reflects on like how they're total opposites of each other. Like how it's okay with being by himself and everything, and how she's more outgoing and people like her and stuff like that. So, but opposites attract.
So I think is that we go through. Oh wait. So on this one that you had up, she talks about how the doctors didn't think that she would last another year. And how I guess she starts to talk about why she hasn't shared it with anybody else.
Right.
And in this one, she changes his name again. She refers to him as Close Coon.
He's so funny. And then she even says how she had, this is important too, I feel like, where she says that she had, it'll go like that. Is she talking about a boyfriend?
Yes.
Yeah. So she has a boyfriend, but she broke up with him right? And they're actually in the same class as each other. Is that what it says?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And
And
how
he's like, what were you gonna say, Edja?
I like that part too because so like she talks about how it'd be great if people came with labels and how she says like this guy would be a good friend and this one would be an ideal lover. But I like that she brings that up because that's I mean we do that and they do that. I mean they do that at the age too. They label people. I just thought it was interesting that she was like, it'd be cool if they came with labels, but like that's pretty much what they do. People are labeled like. They have
Yeah.
this label for him, depressing classmate coon, whether that's something that they really refer to him as or that's how he thinks they perceive him. And then she's like the popular, like people have been around her, this all around girl. Like that's how school is. Like you're labeled and you have these cliques and stuff. But so I like that she was kind of like, well, it'd be nice if people had labels as if they don't do that normally when they do. But then it's kind of like, yeah, it would be nice, like if you knew actually how a person was.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's like, that would make my life so much easier.
Yes, like this guy's a psycho killer. This guy.
Yeah, and that's so in real life too. Like, what are somebody's intentions with you, and what
Yeah.
But that's the gamble of like getting to get close to anybody or putting yourself out there. What you're gonna get back in return.
Yeah. And then you can't always go by how someone is labeled or how someone else has labeled somebody. Like,
absolutely, because they're labeling in his head. If it is in his perspective, they're labeling the hell out of this boy. And don't even know nothing about him. So, I think this is the last panel that I made for this chapter. So you can see that he's in deep thought. Like she wants him to interact with other people. You have to interact more, and he's just like, "Fuck." That's how it is.
Because it's so much easier to stay in your comfort zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's gonna find out he'll be interacting with people whether he likes it or not.
Yeah.
Right.
She pretty much saw to that.
Yeah. So I'm telling you.
So there's chapter 3, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So it's places I want to go before I die. So the next one would be, I think it's this one where no. Yeah. So she's meeting up with him, right? She's like waving to. Oh no. It's the
day trip that turns into an overnight trip.
This is that one. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
No. Something else happens right before that. So he goes to school the next day and then he's sweeping, remember? And the guy was like, "Hey, you want some gum?"
Yeah.
So hold on.
Let's see if I can find it. Wait. No. Then she's going off on that old woman. And then she pretends to get the room switch. That's all of them.
No, I know I had one of that. Did I put it? So anyway, so he goes to school and he's sweeping, and then one of their classmates was like, "Oh, do you want a piece of gum?" And he's like, "Oh, no, thank you." But his self would have shut down, but he's just like, "Can I help you?" Or, can you help me? He's like, "Yeah, sure." And then he starts like having like a little bit of a conversation with that person. And he's like, "Oh shit, okay." Like, and then they start cleaning up together. So that may seem very small, but it was a very big moment for him, So So then they go on their
day trip.
Yep, she hits him up for the day trip.
Yeah.
So.
And I like that part too, over on the left at the bottom, where he's like, "Who said it was a day trip?" You so.
Right, and he's all like black out them and shit. He's all like,
he just assumed that it was going to be a day trip,
right? That's the train. So they're on the train to go to the next like town or wherever. Where were they going? Do you remember?
I don't. Do you all remember where it was that they were going?
Let's see if I can find it.
Hey, Charles, stay in here.
Ataka? Is that it? This is the next. Yeah, and then this would be the next panel. So while they're on the train, they pass by that place where that person was murdered, and then had said something morbid to him. She was like, "I bet the victims never imagined they died before me, huh?" And he was like, "Why do you say shit like that? Like, what is?" Ninja?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. I had to put Charlie to bed. They're running around like they've lost their mind. Oh. Okay.
Because all these people with normalized aren't really talking about living or dying, are they?
I mean, it's true. You never think like most days. You don't ever think like, oh, I could go today. Like
Yeah.
people just don't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
But for her, that's like an everyday in the back of your mind. And I feel like that's what this book does too. It's like, you know, in the back of your mind she's going to go, but you push it away because she's so full of life and so vibrant and you forget. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the really cool thing so far about this book that I really liked.
Yeah. I think, too, like, I don't know. I feel like, just going to sound really morbid, but I always think about that. Like, not every day is promised and any day can be your last, but I also feel like we're like the type of people that we have that immortality syndrome. Like, you know, you see bad things happen to like people on the news, or like it may happen to like someone you like, a friend of someone you know, or someone that you've been acquainted with. But it's always like, you know, like nothing's ever happened to me. So it kind of gives you that sense of like, I don't
Like
know.
false security that like,
Yeah.
you know.
But I like that she I don't know, she kind of shatters that a little bit.
Yeah, right when you least expect it, she just brings it right back up again.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. She's like, we could all die tomorrow.
Yeah, she's all,
He's like, I'm just trying to eat food. Like, girl, we not right now.
and then she asked him about his name, right? She's like, "Oh, you know," so that's when it comes up, like, "What is your name?" And it doesn't show that they, you know, he actually says his name right now. And she's like, "Oh, but like the what is it, like the author or something?" And they speak it on that. And then he asked her not to put, because she's writing in her little journal, the living with dying or whatever. And he's, "Can you not put my name in there? Like, could you not associate me in there?" And he's like, "Why?"
So I think that part is really important too, because I feel like that is like a highlight on the progression of their relationship. Like, she asks, and I guess he tells her, but we never know. We don't know what it is yet, because they haven't gotten, like, they've started to become acquainted and they've started to kind of be close, and he's kind of let her in, but not fully. And so they haven't gotten to that point. Like, his name is something I feel like that's really important in this book, because it shows that he's really allowed himself to open himself up to her, and to open up to be open to having a friend, and has let his guard down completely. And so that part, because I feel like it highlights on that progression of like where they're at and where they're going to be in the future. Like, you know, like when we start seeing his name in the book, that means that they're like inseparable, that they're
Like it. Love it. So then uh they first get there, right? Is that panel where it says, what should we do first?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think they go to the, is that the temple?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they go to the temple first, and then they were saying how you have to pray to the gods and everything. And he said, I don't have anything to pray for, but I guess it's obvious that I want her to, to get better. Like,
And so
so,
this one I think is a big one too, because if he didn't have an interest in her, other people, then why would he put an effort to say a prayer for her? But obviously he's changing because he cares about the fact that she doesn't have much longer to live. I don't know. Was there, like, Brandy or Jen? Was there
yeah.
anything that you all?
Jen, what do you think, babe?
Hmm?
What did you think?
I'm just listening.
Yeah.
Because I read this, I finished the book like I want to say like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So a lot of I'm
You're like,
remembering from the slides. So it's helping me.
yeah. Okay. Jump in, babe. We don't want you to feel like you can't say nothing. Just speak. Just talk over us, okay? Be like, hey, it's my turn. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Like,
But I'm
get out the way. Pull ludicrous.
Yeah, I mean, he's very melancholy about it. That's kind of just how he is. He's like, this is just what people do when they have nothing else
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't have anything that I need to, like, I don't care.
Right.
So I might as well just pray for her, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, he's just, like, so disillusioned about himself and his relationship. He's like, well, like, I don't have anything, so I'll put one out for you, girl. Like, I don't believe that. Yeah, he's trying so hard to fake himself out into being like, I don't really like this girl.
Yeah. I wonder too, like, if that scares him a little bit. Like, if that scares him that he is
Starting to feel something for her and knowing that she's really on a time clock. Like, we are all on a time clock, but he's like knowing that hers is like counting down quicker. So why should he open up himself to her? But at the same time, it's like showing that, it's naturally happening. So
Yeah.
And then she's just like, Psh, I'm not gonna get better. My fortune's set good enough, girl. You're not fooling no one.
So like, yeah, look, if this one says it's gonna, what did it say? Something about good wellness or
Check
something
it
like.
out. You'll be cured of all illness. She's like,
She's like, as if, we all know I'm not gonna get better. He goes, what the fuck? Like, stop it. And then it says something, you're gonna have a meaning relationship.
yeah,
And
again, don't have a meaningful relationship.
like she's like fuming, girl. Like she's just like she hates that. She loves that for him, but she hates that. Like, what the fuck? So I think the next panel is that they go eat. They go eat, and you see this lady wig the hell out on the server.
Karen alert.
Right, that part. That's what I was thinking when I was making this panel. I was like, oh, okay.
At
And
first
then,
I thought that she slapped her,
oh, girl,
but then I saw that it was a shove. But I'm like, it's just as bad. I mean,
so
Yeah.
I'd have lost my job that day on site. I promise you. That'd have been the last day that I worked at the tea house. Okay,
oh yeah,
I'm a mob her ass. Then Sakura, instead of being, she's the person that she is. Like, she's like, hey, don't do that. Don't put your hands on her and all that stuff. And look at homie. He's just like, he's
he's
got
just
his
sitting
head
there.
just like, no. And like, you can see that they're total opposites of each other. She's putting herself out there for others, and he's kind of like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I don't want to get involved. And then, but he's at the same time, he's looking at her and he's just like, damn, like, she, let me see if I can find the panel for that one, where she's like, he's like, she deserves to live. She deserves to be part. Does it say that on there? Where
I
she's
think
like,
it's the next one where he's like, "There's a lot of people who should die before you."
yeah,
He's like,
like,
"Right?"
a lot of people that should die before you, and she's just like, I know, right? I love it when she says that. I know, right? Do you see that one, Enja?
Hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me see. Nope. It's not the right one. No.
Oh, this one right here.
Oh,
It's
you got
this
it?
one.
No. Which one?
Does it say that? Yeah. He was all like,
Which one?
the one right there where she's like smiling big, and then there's, is it this
This one? What? What just happened? I think we clicked on it at the same time. This one? Yeah. There are
Yeah.
tons of
Yeah.
people who die before you.
Yeah, and then she's like, but he compliments her for that. But it's true. Like I feel like that in real life too. Like when you see somebody die, and you're thinking, how did this person die before this horrible ass person? You know, and it just reminds you that like life
Only
is
the
not.
good die young, girl.
Yeah, life is fair. This girl shouldn't even be dying. Like versus this person that is treating, people like shit. You know, before this kind person. So, and then they're walking, and she asks him after all that all that stuff they put behind them, and they go about their day. And then she asks him, you know, will you be friends with
Kyoko.
yeah, Kyoko after I'm gone? And that was her best friend, right?
Yeah.
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 That was her one wish for her.
Dude, that is what I love about her too. Is that I don't know, cause like if I'm gonna die, I feel like it would be hard for me to like be focused on everybody else and their happiness. Like
Yeah.
I would be freaking the f out.
But
And
I
so I
guess
love that
for a
she
while,
has such a big heart, and that she's just so concerned about the people that she loves and like cares about. And like you'll find out like with him, like he was somebody that this encounter is a chance encounter, but not really,
right?
I guess. So like her main concern while she's here is making sure that the people that mean so much to her taken care of, that they have somebody other than her.
Right.
Because she knows when she's out of the equation that she has people on each end that aren't going to have anybody.
Right.
And that they'll be left alone.
Right.
So I think that's amazing. Like here she is like in high school, like a young high schooler, having these deep adult
decisions and stuff. Like, oh my god, yeah.
And no, I would be crying like,
right,
I'm about to die. Like I just
you're afraid because like, can you guys like miss? Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I wonder if that's not also a way for her to cope. Like, if she's thinking about everyone else, she doesn't have time to think about
It distracts her.
herself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, that's
what.
Oh, I was co-signing them. The both of them.
I love it.
Brandy. Oh, this way.
And then they indicate to the hotel, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, what the fuck? And then she's like, oh, this is nice.
He's like, I don't have the budget for this, girl.
Yeah. And I don't even know. Like, I wonder, is he like WTF because it's such a nice hotel and cha-ching, or WTF that
He's
he's
with
gonna
her.
have to stay with this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he don't know that yet. He's gonna find out though.
He's like, what the? Oh wait, which is it? Is it this one? Where?
Yeah, he's like, I'll just go.
One end up where she's like looking at him, and she's like,
Well, I think
Oh,
because didn't you have the one on there where it's this one? Wait, where
Yeah,
they
okay.
tell him,
Mark,
they
Oh
let
yeah,
him
yeah.
know that there's been a mishap with the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
the one question marks in the background. Yep. Yeah, so she's sitting there talking to the counter, and he's like, "Okay, I'll just go." Like, how did I even get myself into this? And she's all like, "Ah," she's over there making decisions and stuff over there, and just like looking back at him. Look at her little face; she's so cute.
Yeah, because originally, I guess when she booked it, it was for like a double room,
Yeah,
and then when she goes up there, there's been like a mishap. Like in any anime or manga you ever read, that's like a slice of life, and they have that
the one
with
bed.
obligatory, like they go on a trip and then they book double rooms, but then there's a mishap and it doesn't end up being double rooms, and they end up staying in the same room, and so it's like that whole thing. So now they're having to like sleep in the same room together.
Yeah, and she's all like, "Isn't this great?" He's all like, "You're being an air like he's just coming for her." He's like, "You're being an airhead about this. Like you're being." And then she's like flirty with him in a way. She's just like, "Oh, um,
I'm gonna take a bath.
happy to
Yeah.
get
Can you get my creams?
get out."
And I love, she's like, don't peek, or don't try and
Yeah.
peek or something.
Yeah,
No peeking. I know. I love how she just the off the wall stuff.
he is wild. Yeah, she's just like he is just ignoring the hell out of her. He's like, "I'm ignoring you. I am ignoring you." She's all
I
like,
love
"No."
how she's like such a tease too, like low key dirty girl, and is like trying to tease him, and he's just not biting at all.
Right. He's just like, "Okay, girl, just go." Like, and then what is this panel? I can't really see it. What does it
He's
say?
trying to ignore her in the bath.
Uh,
He's like just trying to be like, oh god.
so she's doing all this, and he's sitting there, and he's going through his head of all this stuff that's going on, like, and she's just like, "I'm getting undressed." I'm all like, and he's like, "Girl, stop." And then she had asked for something, right? Because
Yeah, she wanted
yeah,
her like face cream or something.
yeah. And then this is that panel where he goes into her bag and he sees the medicine and all the stuff that she has to take just to
Mm-hmm.
survive. And he's just
Yeah.
like, shit, this shit is real. Like,
Yeah.
he is gonna die. Like,
Yeah. I feel like, and like, you know how like we've been like through the whole thing, like the way she acts and stuff and the things that they do, like it doesn't seem like it's real, or like, like she's going to die. Like it hasn't really hit home yet. So I feel like this hits home for him and for the readers too.
right.
Like from his perspective. Like,
It's like, don't forget. Remember
yeah.
I told you. Were you having fun? Hey, remember that she's gonna die?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's in all cap. That is
Yeah,
ridiculous. It's in all caps. She is going to die.
this is a lot for him too. Like, the first person that he's really interacting with and stuff, she's like sick and, this is serious. And, she's going out of town and he don't really know her. Like, this is just a lot. Like, he's just like, holy shit, this is like really happening. This is my life right now. Like, yeah. Um, I think that's all the panels, right? And
Yeah, that's the last. That's the end of chapter 3, I think, right?
yeah. So no doubt.
And so, just letting y'all know, I had a mishap of my own. So my panels for chapter 4 and 5, I can't get my Google Slides to work. I've been trying on the computer. They're working on my phone, and they show up on my phone, but they won't show up on my computer for me to put them on here. So we will have to reconvene with hopefully 4, 5, and 6 when we come back.
Okay.
We did almost like, what, a little over an hour and a half. Like there's a lot to unpack with this story. So definitely.
That's a good place to end before we get into some high school bullshit shenanigans.
Yes. Yeah, like the next one is like my favorite chapter thing.
Yeah, I
So
think that was big stuff.
good place
So
to end to remind everyone she will die.
yeah,
Just in case you forgot.
what
Well,
what like what are your all's highlights from chapters 1 through 3?
Jen first. So now that you sat there and you went back and read the and everything, so how does that like that first part? Do you remember how you felt when you first read that?
I think it was a little bit of like mixed emotions because like you start off knowing that she's gonna die, but then as you go into the story, you kind of are hopeful that
Yeah,
there may be like a turning point.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just it kind of went like it was different emotions. I want to say,
right.
but watching them kind of interact and get to know each other, and you start to see him start to kind of really realize that she is going to eventually die. I don't think it really hit him until that moment when he saw like all the medication that she was taking.
Oh man, imagine like imagine that. Like, oh my goodness.
And the fact
Yeah.
that she handles it with like I know she's probably internally she's probably struggling,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
but her way of handling it is just amazing because I could not foresee myself especially handling it you know, that
Especially
calm.
at like how old are they? You know, like they're in high school, right? Like,
Yep.
you know,
What,
it,
14,
it's
15 maybe?
Yeah.
hard enough to like be a child, you know, be a kid and the hormones and the feelings and all this stuff. But now you're dealing with something like that should be so far in your future is
Right.
Mm.
be right in your face, like it's sitting right here with you, like, and that's got to be a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah,
What about you, Brandy?
I mean, I'm just mostly excited. Now looking back through this again, like really looking into the kind of the psyche of the characters again and first glance looking over it, just that slice of life anime type stuff, but now you
Mm.
look back and you're like, wow, like that first couple chapters had so much more context than you thought when you read
Yeah.
it for the first time. Like trying to understand what is going through these characters' heads
Mm.
during these moments. So I'd love to hear all your guys' perspectives. Thank you, Inja, for making me not hate the names. Because reading through I'm like, what
he has
the
to
fuck is this? I'm like, I
and
just want to know this boy's name. But now I'm like, oh, you know what? That is actually pretty cool. I mean, I want to reread it and be like, okay, yeah, all right, I get that
Yeah.
now. But I'm definitely excited to go through the last 6 chapters. I know I'm gonna cry. I already know
Yeah.
and
it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get more into it next time.
I have another question for all three of you. So, like, at this point, especially when he opens up the medicine bag and sees, like, her medicine, if you felt sorry for a character, which character would it be? Would it be him or would it be her?
Ooh,
Like, who do you sympathize with more?
more?
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard
I know.
because it's like you feel kind of sorry for her because of what she's going through, but then you feel sorry for him because you start to feel like he's actually starting to like show interest and actually get it kind of
he's the purpose of what they,
attached.
yeah.
So it's like, and then when she's gone, how is he going to handle that?
But yeah, that's going to impact him. Right?
Yeah, so it's like it's a little
Yeah.
hard.
And that way I guess I feel more badly for him because he's used to being alone.
Right.
Now, like kind of against his will per se, he's being forced into this being caring about somebody besides himself, all the while knowing and being constantly reminded that she's not going to be around forever.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I feel like now, for something that he didn't want, it's going to be really hard on him for the first real friendship he's ever had to be gone. And I mean, she's gonna die, which is horrible. You know, she's not. It's not gonna affect her in the end because she's gonna be gone, which is horrible. But it's like he's gonna have to live with that, like that pain, that loss, that memory of her for the rest, as long as he lives.
Right.
What about you, Shana?
I love it that even though this is like my third time reading it, there was something to take away from it again. Just like the way you were talking about the name and hearing the girl's perspective and the laugh and everything in other places that we wouldn't have seen it at, and I appreciate that. So um, definitely loving it again, just loving it again. I remember when I first picked this up, and Angela was like, "Yes, we're gonna come today. What is with this girl?" And I'm still loving it. So like I'm finding new things about it too. So like 3 chapters in. So yeah, cool.
Okay, I have one more question. So, up until this point, if you can remember, what, like, how do you think that he will react to her death? Like, do you think he will go back and revert back to where he was? Do you think he will be worse off? Do you think that he will open himself up again? Or do you think that it was worth it for her to take that step to reach out for him and for him to have this journey with her?
We answering this now or afterwards? After the whole thing.
Oh,
She wants us to make predictions.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So people that have read all the way to the end, don't be spoiling some shit.
Okay, then Brandy, since
Yeah.
you didn't, you make that prediction.
All right.
That's
Well,
the whole.
I mean, I would hope that he is able to make meaningful connections after this, because then what is it all for? Like, what was the purpose of this whole journey if he doesn't start to open up? So I would hope, you know, after some grieving, that he's able to open himself back up, because if not, I'd be like, well,
Yeah.
what a horrible waste of a life. Girl, she tried so hard.
First, and what was he doing? Did he go to the funeral? Was he with people? No, he was like, and people grieve their own ways, but he decided that he was going to just sit in his room with the book and just,
privately.
Yeah. So,
not a spoiler. It shows it at the beginning, Brandy.
Oh no, that's at the beginning. Okay. I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand. Like, after you have time to grieve, because this is, again, like I said, like very new to him. He has never had a meaningful relationship before, so it's gonna hit him hard when she goes. Yeah. But I would hope that he has learned from this experience and is able to continue to make meaningful connections with people.
Yeah. And I wonder if his, like, the stages of grief that he goes through, if they would be the same as someone who, is used to being around people and having relationships. Because you know how they have, like, the steps that you go through when grieving, when losing someone. So I wonder if he goes through it the same way, or if he skips, or if he reverts back, or...
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Continued. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry.
We want to thank you guys for showing up. We want to thank you guys for taking the time to come on here and read the story with us and give us your thoughts and your time. And if anything we learned out here is that we don't have time to waste. So we appreciate you spending any time with us.
No, thank you for this opportunity.
I appreciate you showing up. I appreciate you dealing with our mess. It is what it is. But no, this is what I like, connections and just all the feels. I love you, ladies. So definitely.
That's what it's all about.
Huh?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's all it's all about.
You guys did a great job on the slides.
That was all Sheena. That was
way better than anything I would have done. So
thanks, babe. No, I wanted this story meant a lot to Indra, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to show up for my girl. So But yes, thank you for your time, and thank you
Yes.
everybody that's watching and stuck around or is gonna watch the replay or you know follow us next time. And yeah, so anything else, Angela?
I don't think so. Just tune in for when we go over the rest, and I hope that Jen and Brandy will come
Yeah,
and join us again. I hope we didn't scare them off.
right.
Brandy
No.
was here after the
Never,
first
ever.
time, but
No,
and
next
Jen
time
was
I'll have more to say. I swear. It's just
That's
it's
why I
just the
told you.
nerves, I guess. You
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. No, don't.
yeah.
If you just showed up and you hung out with us, I just wanted you to be comfortable. I wanted you to have fun. That's all. I didn't.
You'll have to
No, this was
ask
great.
Gina how I was like the
Yeah,
first
you
the
could
first
have
time
answered like she went to one word. Like I'm just like, okay. Remember it? First time, like hanging out with Q, she was like, oh, talk, let alone be
Yeah.
on the camera. Like, but
I
no, it
know
was
you
more.
don't want. I don't want you to think that the screen just froze and I'm just like stuck in one reaction. Just
You did an awesome job, Jen. I think everything you had to say about it was very impactful and
I
meaningful. You know,
I tend to stumble on my words. That's my problem.
Girl,
Well,
that's
no,
me.
you were
you can
beautiful.
fool me, girl.
Yeah.
But I was like, Sheena, these are elementary words. What are we doing? Like, knock it off. It is what it is. Like, but no, we always want you. If anything, we just want you to be comfortable and have fun. That's it. That's
I
it.
appreciate it.
We ain't getting paid for the shit. Even if we were, all well, we gonna be all right. But yeah, okay, Andrew, you're gonna have to press the end button. You're gonna have to do everything. You're gonna have to do the outro. Like this is all you, homie. Okay, I did the intro. So you see how that was.
So we want to say thank you, like Sheena said, to everybody for watching us, joining us now, joining us later. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Brandy, so much for giving us your time and for not running away after our mishap earlier on.
No, you're good.
So I'll do our outro
This-
now. I'm not sure which, I don't know which one it is, Sheena.
Huh? Oh, I think, girl, just pick one. I don't even know.
Bye.
Bye, ladies. Have a good weekend.